A new video is trending all across the social medias, and it declares that folks going to Walt Disney World better prepare for a massive expense like they cannot believe. $1,400 a day for a family of 5? That's not the way a vacation place can thrive. Today we'll break down whether or not it is true and whether or not that budget is coming for you should you try to stay at the happiest place on earth. Hello, folks, and welcome back. It is a pleasure to have you here with us. We are coming to you from somewhere sunny USA. The studio is glistening because you're listening and bringing us the gigawatts we need, sending the signal far and wide. Folks, you can do us one more solid, and that is by clicking the like button. We'll get underway. We've got Jay, Drunk 3PO, stopping by. A big guest, and big truths on the way. We'll tell you how much you're going to pay when you go to the most expensive place on earth. The New York Post is reporting that a dad and a family of 5 reveals the price tag for one day at Disney. And I'm just realizing that we have family of 4 up there. So let's fix that real quick. Real professional here, ladies and gentlemen. Real professional. We'll fix that on the Chiron. Okay, bring it back. There we go. Here we go, folks. Out of the New York Post, dad and family of 5 reveals price tag for one day at Disney World, and haters are shocked. It's outrageous, says Ben Cost, whose name is appropriate for the article. Ben, I don't know how you managed to win so much in the game of karma, but my gosh, you're writing about the cost of Disney and your name is Ben Cost. Maybe it's a pseudonym. Says their wallets were in a Disney World of hurt. And he's great at puns. Ben, where have you been all my life? A Florida father left online viewers speechless after revealing that he paid nearly $1,400 to take his family of 5 to Disney World for just one day. A video detailing the exorbitant price tag has amassed over 7.7 million views on X, which I'm sure Disney loves. Here's what a day at Disney cost me for a family of 5, explained the unnamed patriarch, who documented the price of tickets, parking, meals, and snacks along with items at the souvenir shops. Before even embarking on the money-hemorrhaging adventure, the dad reportedly shelled out $30 for all-day parking at the attraction, which is located 20 minutes southwest of Orlando by car. The total cost of tickets for the quintet, including a child under 10, clocked in at an eye-popping $974, approximately the cost of a round-trip flight from New York to Rome. Now, I have seen this video. I've watched it, and I don't see that there are any shenanigans. It looks to me like it's accurate. Jay, you spend time in the parks all the time. What have you seen in terms of pricing? Do you think that this is sort of what people should and could expect if they don't know the tricks of getting the price down? Is this where we are now, $1,400 per day for a family of 5?
I actually think that's kind of cheap. I think that's low. I think they can expect to pay a lot more. For example, for the the May the 4th weekend at Hollywood Studios, they were selling a small Star Wars drink with a little bit of alcohol for close to $30. Which people were saying that was outrageous, but yet they were all buying it. So, and then they were selling some other drinks too that they're pushing it to like $30. So it's like just for these small little drinks, that you get in the plastic cup with some ice. So I think it's gonna be more. And that's what we were talking about on Park Hopping, that don't be fooled too much that they give out this Florida ticket that's a lot cheaper, because everything else on the inside is going to be a lot higher. Especially when it's 150 degrees in the middle of July, 99% humidity, people are buying something to drink. That's just how it is. Like they are going to be buying a lot of water, a lot of things to drink, stuff like that. So they have they're going to jack up the price just for people to buy something to drink. So
you think this price, though, it's right on the money, or it might actually be lower than what people can expect?
Lower than what people are going to spend. I think it's a lot lower, honestly, especially over the summer. I think it's a lot lower. Which is sad, but that's just how it is.
No, I'm with you, but I do think that Disney is trying to cut significantly right now, and this is the problem that they have, is that Walt Disney World drives the profits for the entire company. So when they pull back, when Disney is no longer using Disney World as the subsidizing force for the rest of the suck of the company, now that it's in a hurting spot because of Epic Universe, when they cut the margins here, they're going to actually cut, I think, what the investors want to see. And what the investors want to see is massive margins out of Disney World. That can't happen anymore because of Epic Universe. Stories about this kind of money are going to put a hurt on them.
No, but see, that's how they get you. They will advertise a cheap ticket. So come here for 4 days, $250 for 4 days, and that's easy to look at and go, my gosh, that's awesome. But then they jack up everything else because it's like, well, those are luxury items inside the park. A bottle of water is a luxury item. We do have water fountains if you don't want to pay for water. So, so people shouldn't complain about that. They got in here. I mean, there's also other things too that they're talking about. I don't know if they've done this yet because I don't pay for parking, but parking could be at up to $35 to park starting really soon. They haven't done that yet. I think it's still at 30, but I mean, last year was at 27. So just to park your car, and don't even get started on the resorts. To staying in a resort over the summer, you're talking $500, $600, $700 a night for some of their top resorts. It's expensive. So
Absolutely.
What's surprising to me is this guy's saying he's spending $280 per person per day on this, which is amazing. And also Disney is saying, oh, well, if you have Disney Plus, you can get a discount on these rooms. And it's some dirt cheap rooms for Disney at the same time. So they're trying to throw out these narratives about cheap, but also the prices are moving in the other direction. I think it's kind of, I think it's on purpose that there's a lot of confusion about the price, because then people start researching, well, how do I get into Disney for cheap? Which, hey, that could be a benefit to sites like ours, but I don't know. I don't know if it works long term because of Epic.
I could go on another 15 minutes. I think Epic Universe is amazing, and I can't wait for everyone to go and see it for themselves. But I also think they've got a problem, and they really need to look into this crowd problem. And they also need to look at their times, because they keep juggling the fact that they're going to close the park at 7 p.m.
Yep.
Which is, I think, the stupidest thing they could possibly do, because it's an entirely different theme park at night. And I don't think they figured out like how to deal with crowds if they really open the floodgates to that park. I mean, right now we're seeing lines and wait times of every ride at Epic. Like, when I checked earlier today, it was like 3 hours. And some of the lines were moved almost outside of the portal, which is, I mean, good for Universal. They love seeing people there, but we're still in like previews. And so it's like they have an opportunity now to put a crushing blow on the mouse and be the ultimate theme park destination in Orlando, hands down, no question. Trust me, if you visit the park, you will agree. It's a beautiful park. The rides are unbelievable. I'm not a show person. Those shows are on a level I haven't seen before as far as theme park shows. The food is very inventive and unique, like the macaroni and cheese cones and stuff like that. It's everyone's got to try that stuff. But the only thing that makes me nervous is if it rains, you're talking three rides that are open, and what is everyone going to do? And it's in Florida, so it's going to rain. And like, how are they going to, and maybe they have all that planned out, and I'm just, we're just going there. Again, these are just test previews, basically dress rehearsals. They get information, they figure out what's going on wrong, and they make the adjustments for the grand opening. So this could all be nothing by the time it opens. But the last day that I've already gone 3 times. The last day I went, it was very crowded, and it was like, man, this is something I haven't seen before, and it makes me wonder. But again, that's nitpicky. A lot of the theme parks over the summer, they're a nightmare to go to anyway. So I like to travel outside of Florida.
Well, they've got what, 11 attractions at Epic Universe?
Roughly. And the line queues can hold like 5 to 6 hours. Some of the line queues could hold like 5 or 6 hours of wait.
Yeah, but that's not pleasant. They need to get up to about 18 attractions. They've got to have about 18, because this is a Magic Kingdom kind of park. You're not going to be able to run it with Animal Kingdom, where you got 5 attractions open. Right. And you're exactly right. They need to be running this with 90s Magic Kingdom hours. Like, keep it open till 1 or 2 a.m. Even if you got to sell 2 separate sets of tickets. If you want to sell an evening pass and have it work that way, cool with me. But this is a park that needs to be open. You're going to have capacity issues. I totally agree, Jay. And Disney's going to have to cut costs because having their tickets be $1,500 for a family of 5 not going to work. Kevin, let me go to you. Your thoughts as a dad and someone who's looking for places to take the family to. What's the right price for a Disney park adventure for a single day? What do you think they could get away with?
Certainly not what they're at right now. Well, I think maybe ideally, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, if you're going to Walt Disney World, for the most part, for the average family, like we're thinking this is like a once in a lifetime event and you're gonna save up for a couple years for it. So what? I think you should be coming in under, at the very least, and I'm just gonna keep it just very liberal for the sake of not having to super drill down. I think maybe 150 is like everything's kind of going great. Everything's kind of going great. In there, maybe a little bit less because you still got to factor in food. You got to factor in the cost of your room if you're gonna be crazy enough to stay there. You got to eat. You got to eat. You got to park. It's a big hit. And on top of that, and I'm sorry if I've repeated myself, but just as someone who's in attractions, Disney was the model. The mindset was people will pay for value, and that value included guest engagement, cleanliness, everything working. I mean, everything working, and value adds. Disney has devalued itself so drastically, and people also want clarity. I do think that they are intentionally clouding pricing information to kind of drive people to go look, to kind of grab the gimmick of the day and think that there's some urgency in snatching up whatever this price point is. But that's only going to last but so long, especially with a viable alternative like Epic Universe. I don't want to have to work that hard to know how much something costs. It's repellent. And then I get there and find, because someone subscribed to Disney Plus and I didn't, they have a significantly larger savings. That really irritates people. It's going to drive you to just want to go do something else or vow to never return. And when that happens, we all know if I have a negative experience, you're lucky if I stop complaining about it to 20 people. And you're happy if I told my positive experience to 3 people. Disney cannot afford that. This is very family unfriendly. And again, this was supposed to be the blue collar American family vacation destination. And it is stunning. It is stunning how far they have fallen from this vision.
Absolutely.
I think it's a big time for regional parks to really step up, like the Busch Gardens, the Dollywoods. We've talked about them. I mean, even Knott's Berry Farm, for all of those other parks that are in the second or third part of the conversation to really step up and say, hey, we're over here. You can have a great time and not use all of your money at one time.
That's right. All right, folks, we have had a wonderful show, and we're so happy that Jay was able to stop by. Kevin Apollo is a rock star. Ron is doing what he's got to do to make sure you have the greatest vacation on earth when you go. Jonas, we want to have the greatest show ever by having the super chats up on the screen. Before we do, though, Jay, you had one more thing to add to the conversation. Hop in, sir.
No. I just said thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. The one thing, but as far as Magic Kingdom goes, don't forget that they are going to be under major construction with the Rivers of America, and they're going to try to sell people a bill of goods so you can have a magical time at a park that's only 50%, roughly 50% working.
Yeah, they timed it very well. That's what I like to do. I like to have my biggest competition I've ever faced come out and fill my parks with construction walls.
Yeah.
Great idea, Disney. It's always sad when one of these video ends, and yet it is the beginning of the wait for the next one to land. 4 times a day right here on the Pro Channel. And by the way, there's plenty more on our partner channels. That Park Place, That Pod Place, That Game Place. And go check out the original music we have on stations like Vacation Radio. We'd love to have you, love to entertain you. At least we'll do a better job than some of the current entertainment companies. Folks, like, share, subscribe, and you know what? Drop a comment right on down below. Share this out anywhere you go on social media. And until the next time, we have the honor, the pleasure of getting to spend time with you. When you choose to invite us into your day to add the value that we hope to bring your way, we ask that you keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Hey, Floral, guess what?
You put a fork in Pro's microwave again.
No, that was yesterday.
I don't know that what.
Oh, I've decided to give up on torturing Jonas.
What? Why? In the same way the cat sleeps like 20 hours a day, that was like your purpose.
I know, but I've decided there's bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
Like Lorne. I mean, think about it. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite, and frankly, he has almost no weaknesses I can find. Except that he's really smart.
So, you want to annoy the one panelist without a single flaw, because he's smart.
Yeah, like that winged statue at that fancy Paris museum thingy. I want to break the one thing that everyone loves most.
So, kind of like the opposite of Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, exactly. And I get to see her all the time at family reunions anyway.
You get to see Rachel Zegler?
Yeah. I mean, she's a total troll. Lives under a bridge, harasses billy goats, the whole 9 yards.
It all makes sense now.
Speaking of which, maybe she'll get me... Okay, call her on my... I'm gonna call her and see if she'll be in the next Indiana Jones. She should be the next Indiana Jones. That'll totally destroy Lord. He loves Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's cruel.
Hey, Rach. I've got a cool idea for you that involves a whip and snakes.
I love that description. It's perfect.
I know, right? Weird, as we always say.